how has the British vaccine rollout compared to the EU, and how does that show that Brexit is a fantastic positive, and the fact that we didn't participate in the collective procurement programme, what does that say for Britain to the rest of the EU member states who were in that programme?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a terrific success for the Prime Minister. It's his first major significant success, and it's a really important success, not just for showing up the EU, which is of lesser importance, but you know, for saving lives in the United Kingdom and making sure the UK is ahead of the field internationally when it comes to opening up the economy, etc. And he should be congratulated wholeheartedly for being first class in that regard. You know, they were quick to tell Oxford that Oxford should marry up with a British pharmaceutical company, not to marry up with, you know, a foreign one. They were quick to make their orders, and they made their orders contractually binding. They ordered a hell of a lot more than the UK needs. So all of that was superb. And actually in the dispensation of it, we've been way ahead of Europe. You know, I think we've vaccinated nearly 15% of our population. They're down at sort of 1 or 2%. And the EU is squarely to blame, because the EU told member states not to make their own procurement programs, that the EU would take care of their interests. And then, you know, then we had this whole revelation of the AstraZeneca thing last week. And I don't know if either of you picked up the contract between AstraZeneca and the EU, but actually effectively what the EU signed up to with AstraZeneca was AstraZeneca undertaking to do its best to produce the vaccines. But in clause 7.1 of that agreement, the EU underwrote any and all costs of AstraZeneca. And as I understand it, what happened was that the cost obviously ballooned because of the demands required for the manufacturing process, and the EU wasn't prepared to pay the cost. They then went about telling people that actually the AstraZeneca vaccine doesn't work, because they wanted to, you know, they wanted to excuse themselves. And then we know about, you know, Article 16, which we've discussed at great length already. So they've been completely shown up as the inept organization, both at a organizational level, at a functioning level, as well as a political level through the last 10, 15 days. And the other thing I just want to mention, of course, is that we wouldn't have been able to approve the AstraZeneca vaccine, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, at the speed at which we approved it if we'd still been members of the European Medical Agency. You know, it was our getting out of it and using our own speedy approval processes that allowed us to start dispensing vaccines, you know, much earlier than Europe. So that's, I mean, that's a great success. And I hope that member states are looking at that and going, oh, wow. It is also a function of a first-class research university in Oxford and a first-class pharmaceutical company in AstraZeneca. You know, and we have led the world in pharmaceuticals for many, many years, which is why, and I'm going to digress, which is why that whole Project Fear thing about, oh, we're going to run out of medicines if we do a hard Brexit was such nonsense. You know, of course we weren't going to run out of medicine. It's them who've run out of medicine.
Yeah, very much so, and you know, we laugh at that, but it is very much true that they have sort of staggered and fumbled about, and they've not getting anything done. And like you say, we've approved the vaccine. We've approved, I think, four vaccines now, and possibly a fifth and a sixth in the coming days.
Yeah.
How important do you think a vaccine is in reopening the economy, and what would you sort of say to those people who are actively discouraging people taking the vaccine?
Look, you know, vaccines are great things. If we didn't have vaccines, we'd all still be getting smallpox and goodness knows what else. So, and I'm a scientist by background, and I think science should be used for the betterment of mankind. So terrific, we've got the vaccine. We should use the vaccine. People are scared stiff about the virus. I'm not, by the way. But, you know, people are scared stiff of the virus. And even if the vaccine only has a placebo effect, which I don't believe it does, I think it works. But even if people take the view that it only has a placebo effect, for goodness sake, get it out there. Give people the confidence to get back to work.
Yeah, Absolutely, and I do think the vaccine, it is genuinely the only way we are going to get out of this. And
but I just think that ultimately the government has already started the kind of propaganda machine that even though we will all be vaccinated, it might take longer to actually lift lockdown. I mean, that's appearing on all the daily papers, and I feel as though I'm not skeptical of the vaccine, just about when this government will finally open up society again, because it seems as though they don't want to let go of this hold they've got at the moment. But
I agree with you. The mood music is not good. You know, the mood music now should be quite upbeat.
exactly.
We should be saying, you know, but it's not. The mood music is quite down. Yeah.
They're really trying to us.